morning and welcome, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason, I'm back, baby. I'm not going to say happy Monday, but back from vacation. It was great. We had my brothers, my mom, I had my nephews there. We just had a really good time. I will say that, if you've never been to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, it's definitely, I think it's worth, there's plenty to do. We had kids as young as 5, up to my mom, who's 81 years old. We had her on the water slides and the roller coasters at 81. It was pretty darn amazing. But like all things, it had to come to an end. It's time to get back to work, and a lot of, the world keeps going on. I did try to stay as disconnected as possible. Obviously, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Hulk Hogan passed away. Malcolm Jamal Warner, I think that was his name, right? Theo from the Huxtables. He passed away. So just so happened that there's, believe it or not, they have a Hulk Hogan museum in Pigeon Forge. I'm not kidding. And they have a Dukes of Hazzard one as well.
That makes some sense.
Yeah. And the day before he dies, right? We're in the Hulk Hogan Museum, and they've got the cutouts, the cardboard cutouts of the Hulkster, and there was one he was doing the 24-inch pythons, and so I got my picture. I had my wife take my picture, and I'm flexing with Hulk Hogan.
You got a whole new business there, Joe. You're the voodoo doll now. All you have to do is pose against cutouts of celebrities, and they'll die the next day.
And you know what?
You can get rid of any bad guy you want by just posing against their cutout, and they'll die the next day.
I had sent that out to my buddies, because there's a couple of us, as you guys know, listen,
right.
I was a wrestling fan growing up. I was. I loved it, my brothers and I would wrestle in the family room. We even made championship belts, and when you remember the big video recorders, now you do it on your phone. Well, back in the day, you had the video recorder set on your. We would do promos. We had a problem, and so anyway, I got a couple of buddies that they have the same problem, and I sent them that photo. And then, of course, what do they say the very next day? Let's see. Double goes into the Hulk Hogan Museum, takes a picture, and next thing you know, Hulk Hogan's dead. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. But, it's that weird thing, though. It happens in threes, and sure enough, right, we had, 3 pretty famous people die there, pretty much, 24, 48 hours apart.
Voodoo Joe. You should just sell that service, man. $1 million a pop. Get rid of your enemy. Send me a cutout, and I'll pose a picture. Your problems will be solved.
Send me a cutout. Yeah, don't do that. Yes. Well, anyway, enough about that. 800-951-0592. That is our toll-free number. What do? We like to call it wealth insurance, gold and silver. AllAmericanGold.com is the website. Remember, it's very simple. Gold and silver, you preserve what you've already earned. And what does that mean? Well, simply put, if 20 years ago you had put $50,000, $100,000 into gold, 20 years later, you could buy the exact same thing. And we all know, right? 20 years ago, $50,000, $100,000 was a lot of money. Not that it isn't a lot of money today, but it really isn't, is it? Right? I mean, the average new car was, I don't know what, 17, let's go crazy, 20 grand 20 years ago, right? It's almost $50,000 today. You know, that's kind of what we're looking at. You know, gold was like $300 and some dollars, $400. That now it's $3,300. But that's why we call it insurance. It really just preserves. And I guess you could argue, you know, go back, you know, to the Roman days, right? A gold piece with a bunch of really nice toga, right? The best sandals that the Romans could buy, right? Probably get one of those belts, right, that go with the toga. You know, you think about today, right? No, we don't wear togas, but, you know, you want to go out and get a really nice suit, really nice pair of shoes, nice belt.
Tailored suit, not just something you pull off the rack.
Nice, yeah.
Tailored.
Right, I mean, you could go to off the rack, go to Dillard's and get like 3, 4, 5 suits, right? Probably right now, right? For the $20 gold piece. But I'm talking nice, right? Top of the line.
Armani.
Royalty-like. That's what gold does. Think about it. For thousands of years, that's what it's done. And now that they've decided, listen, here's the best part. They're just admitting it out loud now. Yes, we're just going to devalue the currency, and we're going to do it at a pace the world has never seen before. Yeah. Call that number, 800-951-0592. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason, Patriot Radio News Hour on this Monday. The events of the week. It's going to be a busy week. We've got a lot of economic data. Obviously, earnings is going to be out. Central banks, right? We got to hear from all of these. You know, and it's so funny because they try to make you believe that somehow these bankers aren't doing what I just told you they were doing, which is devaluing their currencies. We're going to hear from the Fed Wednesday. What is Jay Powell going to say? Is he going to cut rates? Maybe. Right? Maybe. He shouldn't, but maybe. I think, this is just me, I think that they will leave rates unchanged, but they are going to signal that, hey, in the next meeting we're probably cutting. That's what I think is going to happen. Here's what I know is not going to happen. They will not raise rates. They will not be hawkish about what's going to come after this rate. In other words, they are going to signal rate cuts. I'm just saying that, and I go, and listen, they may actually cut. Get your gold, get your silver, do it today. Listen, go ahead, Jason.
Did you see that? Did you see that piece with Jerome Powell and Trump over at the building?
I didn't.
At the construction site? I'll have Jack pull it up. It's one of the most amazing pieces of footage between a president and the Fed chief. It's I'll play it, Joe. You need, of all people, need to see this. So I'll pull that up while you're talking. I'll go get Jack to get it up.
All right. I can't wait to see. I know they were going to have this thing, right? You know, they're arguing about all the expense at the Fed and all that other stuff, but here's what's so, right as I left town, gold hit 3,400, couldn't hold it again. This morning, retouched 3,300. We've been in this range, 3,300, say 3,450. We're getting ready to break out of this range. And when I'm sitting there telling you I think I've got a good idea of where it's going to be because I think the Federal Reserve is going to be very weaker dollar. That's really what it is that we are going to be looking for. We'll also hear from Canada. We'll hear from Japan, which, right, by all accounts now, is becoming very, very interesting. As their 10-year note, which is only at 1.58, by the way, the highest since 2008. So I'm not sure what is going to be the outcome Wednesday. There is a good chance they cut Wednesday. But if they don't, they're going to signal that they are. By the way, why do I say that? Well, I don't know. On live television, Jim Cramer, for those of you that don't know CNBC, he's kind of the personality that, bye, booyah, man. Well, this is how nuts everything has gotten. Now, remember, we have to grow. And I'm not talking a little bit. The amount of growth that we need is insane to warrant all the spending. This morning on TV, apparently, at least I believe it was this morning. It may have been Friday, but I think it was this morning. Jim Cramer, our biggest problem is we have so much growth that the Fed won't cut. What the F? Yes, he said the F word on live TV. And then somebody in the background dropped a Jesus Christ on top of it. Yeah.
Put it up.
What the F is the Fed doing? Now, he apologized for that. For letting that loose, and it happens, right? People get passionate, but Jim Cramer knows the same thing that Double J knows, which is, guys, we've given up. We don't care about inflation. We don't care about stable dollar. We are going for the bazooka, and the only way this is gonna work is we need the Fed to cut and cut a lot, Jason.
Yeah, Trump has been very, very critical of Jerome Powell. You went on your trip, and then this video pops up of the two men together. That's so much pomp and circumstance. It's such a dog and pony show. Just to preface this, we're just going to play the meat of it. But they came walking through this renovated part of, I guess, one of the Fed buildings, and they come up to a bunch of reporters, and then Trump starts dropping this thing about how expensive it is and the Fed's being greedy. And they just play it, Jack. This is after they've walked through the corridor. It's definitely a staged event, but the two men are together. Jack, let's watch this so Joe can react to it.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about $3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2.
This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added
entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work. So we're taking a look.
That's it right there. That was in front of the whole public to see, Joe. Well, that you can't count that. That was the third building from 5 years ago. He's like, well, so I count it now. He's like, well, no, that you can't count that. That was 5 years ago. It's I don't even know why they're standing in front of the public doing this. They're doing it for some reason, Joe. They want us to see it.
Well,
don't they?
right. They're putting immense amounts of pressure on Jay Powell. They want him to either listen. It's really simple, guys. Understand what's happening. And I don't care. Listen, I don't care. Should the Federal Reserve be cutting rates? Absolutely not. I mean, look at what Jim Cramer just said. We're growing so much, they won't cut. Well, what's so much? Like 2%? Right? I mean, right? But they won't cut. Come on, right? Guys, I know that it's hard because you don't want to believe it. I get it. Listen, when I started working here in 2003, all of my friends were like, you're doing what? Why? Who owns gold? Who would buy gold? I mean, you've heard me. I've told this story a gazillion times. I actually don't like telling people what I do now. Why? Why don't I like telling people what I do? Because they want to talk about it. Right? I'm like, I'm not at work. I don't want to talk about it. Right? Everybody, you either own it, thinking about owning it, know somebody that owns it, or wish you could afford to own it. I mean, that's it.
Or you hate it and you want to get mad at people that like it.
I don't even know people. Even that.
Dave,
you know how many financial planners are customers of mine?
Dave Ramsey doesn't like it.
Incredible. Dave Ramsey. You know, why do I have a feeling Dave Ramsey has gold? I don't know. Right?
He probably has a gold stock somewhere.
Listen, all of us can be Dave Ramsey. If you want to eat beans and rice, don't buy gold. Seriously. If you want to eat beans and rice, don't buy gold. Because that's what you're going to be able to afford to eat in the future. Beans and rice. That's it. But what about the meat? No. See, hamburger price hit another record. Yeah. Get ready. Listen. But back to, I'm getting off track. I got to focus. I was on vacation. They all agree that, okay, man, we're spending a boatload of money. Think about this. We're going to be, I don't know what, $2.4, $2.5 trillion be the deficit for this year. And we're talking about GDP of like 2%. That's it. But now they want to jump that number. $3 trillion, $3.5 trillion. But they need to keep the number low. Right? So lowering rates hopefully will pay less interest. And oh, by the way, hopefully we can grow. Because now, forget about the debt now, like how many trillion. Forget that. Let's just go to percent of GDP. And then hopefully it'll be better. Right? Right now it's at, 7-8%, way out of line. They even said, they love 2%. Everything's 2%. Well, 2% of GDP is fine. Right? Everything's fine. Well, of course, we're nowhere close to that. But, having said all this, the avalanche of spending and rate cuts is coming. And inflation will never, ever be 2% pop. You know what? Maybe in our lifetime again. That's how bad it's going to be. Now, is it going to go to 10? I don't know. Is it going to be 3 or 4% every year? Probably. That is the most likely outcome. How are we going to get GDP growth? Listen, we're sending millions of people out of the country. Right? nobody's really hiring, right? No one's really hiring. No one's really firing, right? There, everything's kind of Home sales suck. Car sales suck. Retail sales suck. They do. You know what's good? IT, right? Chips, right? Data warehousing, power, right? Those are the things that are good. I'm just going to tell you, you get GDP growth by everything costing more. We had, think about this. When inflation was, 6, 7, 8%, right? GDP, we had a couple of quarters over 3% growth. Right? You almost need, so if they want like 4%, 5% GDP growth. In order to achieve those ridiculous numbers, you got to take inflation and double it. Right? So if you want 4% growth, inflation's got to be 8%. Jason, this is how this is going to end. This is why I sit there. I tell everybody, every dip in gold, any dip in silver at all, you just buy as much of it as you can because it's going to the moon. By the way, Jeff Bezos just sold another crap load of Amazon. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour on this Monday. Joe and Jason. Quick look in at the markets. The Dow is down a lot. Trade deals and this and that. 15% tariff on Europe. And I think some deal with Japan. A lot of smoke and mirrors. They're going to buy some stuff that they were already going to buy, but they're promising to invest in America. That's kind of the thing, right up until, I guess, Donald Trump's not president anymore. 4.42 is the 10-year note. Crude oil's up. The president now saying Russia doesn't have 50 days. Now, this morning, saying 2 weeks. No one quite believes him. But, oh, boy, if that actually is true, look out. Gold, like I said, so gold didn't hold, Wednesday, sold off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today hits 3,300, bounced right off. Gold still down, it's down 20, but coming up the other way here. 33.15, 33.18. Silver, hanging out, 38.04. Huge inflows into the ETFs in North America, into gold and silver. Silver price forecast UBS now saying $42 silver. Guys, listen. I'm telling you where the price is going to be way ahead of time. We're going to have $4,000 gold and $50 silver. We are. And listen, what did it win? If we're unlucky, it'll be before the end of the year. If we're lucky, it'll be early next year.
If it blows the top off, if it blows the top off 50, it could go 60 really fast.
Yeah. Well, silver could go a lot higher. Listen, silver could absolutely go quite a bit higher today. $20 gold pieces. I got 40 $20 gold pieces. $33.95. $33.95. Got gold's what? Almost $33.20. I mean, you're basically buying it for spot. Get on it. Quit sitting on your hands. I don't know what's going to happen. Yes, you do. Jay Powell on Wednesday is either cutting rates or he's going to promise to cut them. If he doesn't, oh man, I don't even want to think about what would happen. Because Donald Trump's going to lose his mind. Right? He will lose his mind, and all bets are off. But he's going to. I saw somewhere where after that little thing that Jason played, I heard that they made nice. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I heard.
They don't not like each other. They like each other. They got to play WWF wrestling. He has a new partner now.
I actually think, listen, you want to know what I think? Here's what I'm going to just tell you what I think's going to happen. I think they told Jay Powell, hey, we're going to cut off the Russians. I think that is going to happen. And I think we're going to face some pretty significant oil price headwinds. And we're going to see the Fed decide to aggressively cut rates. That's just me. But Donald Trump's giving Jay Powell cover to do it. That's my opinion. That's where I sit. Jay Powell doesn't want to do it. Jay Powell probably knows, well, academically we shouldn't do it. I mean, let's face it. Last month's inflation report was 3%. Any other time outside of the last 4 years, that would have been horrifying inflation. Right? Horrifying.
Yep.
But Jay Powell needs cover. He needs cover to do what Donald Trump wants. And I think this is going to be the reason. I don't think it's an accident that Donald Trump today comes out and says, oh, well, you know what, Russia, you got 2 weeks to end the war. There you go. 800-951-0592. Guys, I'm telling you, get your damn money out of the bank. Get as much money as you can out of the stock market, even though, listen, I'm going to tell you, the stock market will rally at the initial cut of rates. It will. And then it's going to get overrun. We'll see what the bond market even does. You know what the scary part is? I don't know what the bond market will do. Remember, we went from 5.25 to 5.5, 5.25, 5.5 to what? 4.25. And the yields have gone up. There's actually no guarantee the yields will go down. I think they will initially for a little bit. I don't think they're going to stay down. I think the amount of debt, listen, they already know how much debt they're going to print. I can't even put it into good enough words for you. But I will tell you this. You better find a place where you can get oversized returns if you expect to keep up where things are going to be in the next 5 and 10 years from now. Right? We like Texit here. Right? We think that's a good place to be. Listen, you guys may say it's Bitcoin or Ethereum. Maybe, what's the other one that's been pretty hot lately? XRP, right? Doge, right? There's plenty of things out there. But you better be able to operate in the space and know what you're doing. And I will say this, the one cool thing with Texit, I love the returns. So many of you have already gotten your money back. Already. Right? Oh, you're already making good money. You heard while I was gone. Those of you that bought the 9-packs. A lot of you bought 9-packs and you're like, well, gosh, I got 3 coins. How come I got 3? 2 of them are blank. Those are your other 2 pay. When you buy a 9-pack, you get 3 pay centers. When you buy a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, you only get 1. They're now going to allow you to buy up to another 9-pack on your other pay centers. What happens when you do that? All of a sudden, you're going to have 3 pay centers. giving you coins instead of one. Yeah. Pretty good deal. We'll be back after the break.
One of the industries that I think Joe is breaking is insurance, and Joe's got insurance. He's like you're supposed to. You're supposed to be prepared for those just-in-case situations. And I've always played the, hey, I'll try to have enough money set aside that I can handle most of those emergencies. I don't like the sheriff reaction on the bottom of this vid. Obviously, if you watch this afterwards, but the guy in the top, Joe, we're going to play this thing. He's just questioning his insurance company about something that happened. Just play this. And just to me, it shows that things are broken. Go ahead, Jack.
How can I help you? So I think there's a mistake on the bill, but maybe you could help me out. We got a bill, and then we realized that you guys didn't have our insurance, so we sent you the insurance, and it looks like the bill went up.
It went up?
Yeah, the first bill we got without the insurance was $600, and then the second one was almost $1,300.
Okay. Yeah, so that the first invoice you received, that's a discount that you receive if you're uninsured. So you're not eligible for the discount since you are insured. And so the bill was $2,342.14. We billed your insurance. Your insurance only paid $1,078.85.
Can I go back to the discount without the insurance?
No, so you're insured, so you're not eligible for the discount.
If I go cancel my insurance, am I eligible for the discount?
No, sir, because we checked eligibility, and you do have active coverage for data service.
Oh, I needed to cancel it before I got the service to get the discount.
You're only eligible for the discount if you're uninsured.
Okay, so I'll get cheaper health care if I'm uninsured.
If you're uninsured, you're eligible for the discount, correct?
Is this common? Like I pay for insurance and I end up paying more out of pocket because I pay for a premium? That's wild.
This is just a new law that started 2024, AB 716. And the law is if you receive a discount if you're uninsured.
Okay.
So when we first send a invoice to the patient, we bill them as if they're uninsured. If you're insured, unfortunately, you're not eligible for the discount.
Okay, so just if I have the incentive straight here, if I want to pay less for medical care, I should cancel my insurance if my daughter needs life-saving medical care?
I'm not sure. I don't know, sir. You should cancel your insurance. I'm just letting you know that discount's only for patients who are uninsured.
Okay, that is special. That is a special law. So there's no way to put that discount onto an insured person. Only the uninsured people get that.
Correct.
What's his face? Okay, there you go, Joe. Yeah. You pay that insurance, you're trying to help your family's finances out, and then this guy found out through a little bit of a mistake that he would have been better off not to have any insurance at all, Joe. Joe, I hope I didn't lose your internet. You're frozen. Is he there?
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here. Yeah, it looks like your internet or my internet or something. Right. Your connection's a little slow. Go ahead.
All right. So I think we all learned with Obamacare, right, that this is kind of how the system really works, is everybody's paying a fortune for those that don't have it or can't afford to pay for health insurance. And listen, I don't think anybody out there that is in the position of having to buy insurance, they all get it. Listen, the only saving grace is maybe working for a big company. They absorb some of it, so it's not as bad. But I got bad news for everybody. So just remember, the fiscal year ends in September 2025. The health insurance companies have already said massive increases are coming once again to the healthcare industry. And like I said, it's another reason why you better have things that you can outperform, because it is going to get really difficult.
Maybe Trump should repeal that. Maybe Trump should repeal that special law from 2024. How come we haven't heard nothing about this one, Joe? That special law.
Listen, this is everything that health insurance has been now, right? It's a healthcare's a right. That's what they want you to believe. Yep. And if we just gave everybody access to health insurance, it would go down. No, it won't. No, it wouldn't, right? It's gone through the roof, and it's only getting worse. God, I'm sorry. I am. I wish it was different. They've already said. Think about car insurance, homeowners insurance, health, anything with the word insurance in it. It's a fortune. You ever tried to get like long-term care insurance and all that? I mean, you've got to be like a specimen of health, or the insurance companies are like, no, we're not giving you that. Why? Because you're going to get sick. Look at you, right? You got high blood pressure. You're on 4 medications. No way. No, you're denied. Believe me, I know. Oh, wow. I wasn't even going to talk about insurance today.
It's crazy, isn't it, Joe? Middle class is helping the lower class, and unless you're wealthy, you're paying for everybody else's insurance.
800-951-0592. $20 gold pieces, $33.95. Jump on it. We'll be back. Final segment here, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason, $20 gold, $33.95. I'm just giving it away here. Gold, $33.20. Jim Cramer dropping F-bombs on TV because they won't cut rates. F this. Right, F this. What are they doing? Oh, my gosh.
I guess if Donald Trump can drop F-bombs, I guess the rest of the media is it's gonna become a part of our language again, Joe, on TV, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it is. But
lower standards, that's all we just need, Joe, is a little bit more lower standards.
Yeah, that's what, whether you need it or not, that's what you're going to get. So, my suggestion, buy gold, buy silver, buy Texit. That's my suggestion. There you go. All in one. And you can do it all in one-stop shopping. 800-951.
Texit price going up, man, right?
0592. Listen, it already hit $1.95 over the weekend. It's pulled back a little bit. I'm going to tell you this right now. By the way, a record again last week. Over 1,000 new miners. I mean, we just barely hit 10,000. Now we're 11,000. We're going to be 12,000. Listen. In 4 weeks, it'll probably be less. We'll be in the mid-2s. In the next 6 weeks, I'll give myself a little wiggle room. 8 weeks, we'll be in the mid-3s. 12 weeks, mid-5s. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? How much longer are you going to wait? But I think this is week 70 now of Texit, right? If it was a Ponzi, it would have blown up by now. It's not. Matter of fact, holy crap. You will not believe the amount of mining power that is getting ready to come online in the next 30 days. It is crazy. It is going to make the size of the mine currently look like chump mining. That's how much mining power is coming on. We have a warehouse that it's pallets upon pallets upon pallets of L9s, the best ASIC mining equipment the world has to offer, ready to get dropped into the soup as soon as all of the, all the things get done. We've got 3 now locations. We're getting ready to add a 4th location. Like I said, this thing is going to decentralize. It's going to spread out. And in the next 30 days, we are going to have, I think it's over 300 L9s coming online all at once. All at once. It's incredible what's going on here. I think, they call it a second chance at Bitcoin. I don't know. I know it's worked out very well for my family. It's worked out very well for Jason's family. Now with this thing with these 9-packs, so my brother did it. And we were able to set it up. He upgraded one of his centers with a 9, and was able to get a 9-9 bonus on his other center. Then he updated his third center, and now he's almost on. He just needs one more thing to fall, and he get another 9-9 bonus. Listen, it's crazy. I don't care if you got a 1-pack, a 2-pack, a 9-pack, a 27-pack. Jump in, because you're going to need a way to outgrow the inflation that's coming.